can't handle the truth.
Hello everybody, my name is Ifan Yoba and this is 360-degree Mastery. This is the channel where we teach you personal effectiveness, self-mastery, and how to create, grow, and manage your wealth. Now, last week I did a video where I talked about the art of the bluff and how you can use bluffing to your advantage, or to get out of dangerous situations or to get one over on your opponent. Now, some people have reached out to me since I did that video and they asked me, they said, Ifan, we have always known you to be an objective and upstanding guy. You have always given us sound advice, you have always given us spiritual level advice. Why are you now teaching people on your channel how to bluff, how to deceive others? Now, my response to that is this. Bluffing is a necessary tactic, is a strategy that you must know how to utilize, because you can't always fight, you cannot always engage in every situation. Sometimes you just have to bluff your way out to conserve your resources, to save yourself time, and to prevent yourself from getting into trouble. Now, that being said, I want to go ahead and issue a caveat. As compelling a strategy as bluffing is, as effective as it is, bluffing has disadvantages. Now, I want to take some time out to explain to you the disadvantages that come with bluffing, or come with using a bluff to get yourself out of a dangerous situation. Now, the first disadvantage of bluffing is this. You can't always bluff your way out of every situation every time. Alright, you cannot go through life bluffing your way out of situations. There are situations that you just cannot bluff your way out. You just have to buckle down. You have to face it. You have to go through the experience. You have to learn the lesson and move on. You can't go through life bluffing your way out of every single danger. You can't go through life bluffing your way out of every single transaction. It just does not work that way. Alright, it is a strategy that you employ, and you have to be wise when you employ it. You have to know where, if the situation calls for a bluff, or if you should just buckle down and go through the situation normally. That is the first disadvantage of bluffing. You can't use it every single time. The second disadvantage of bluffing is that bluffing can make you lazy. Bluffing can make you lazy. If you find yourself bluffing people a lot all the time, then you will not feel the need, you will not be compelled to sit down and add value to yourself. You will not be compelled to sit down and study. You will not be compelled to train yourself, to train your mind, to do the necessary work that the situation requires. You will just believe that you can utilize a strategic bluff and get yourself out of it. Bluffing can actually make you lazy. It is a disadvantage. All right, that is disadvantage number 2. Now, disadvantage number 3 for bluffing is that it doesn't work for everyone. You need to pick your opponents very carefully. Okay, there are some opponents that they are as smart as you are, they are as cunning as you are, and they will see through your bluff before you get there. They see you coming a distance away. So pick your opponents carefully. If you see that this person is more savvy than you, this person is potentially more dangerous than you initially thought, then you should just turn tail and run. There's nothing wrong with it. He who fights and runs away lives to fight another day. Alright, so in bluffing, you have to pick the people you bluff. You have to pick your opponents very carefully. That is the third disadvantage of using the bluff, or of using bluffing. The fourth disadvantage of using the bluff is, before you can successfully bluff your way out of a situation, you have to have built up a track record of competence. All right, lazy people, they cannot use the bluff. People that have not done anything, people that have not demonstrated any competence, they cannot use the bluff. For example, I used the martial arts example in my last video, and I told you, I said, I have been a martial artist for several years. I have attended and won many competitions. Now, before I could get to the point where I could bluff my opponents, I had to have done the training. I had to have worked hard. I had to have trained for a long time, okay, at great personal risk, at great personal injury, and prepared myself so that by the time I'm getting to competition level, I have the competence, I have the skill, I have the power, I have the energy. So before you can use a bluff in a business arena, or in a sport arena, or in a life situation, you have to have built up that competence. People have to have seen you demonstrate that competence before, so that when they see you coming, they will be afraid that, oh, is this person going to demonstrate this thing that he can do, or is he not going to? You will keep them guessing, you will throw them off balance. If you are going to bluff them, you have to have the skill already before you can go ahead and use bluffing as a strategy. That is the disadvantage number 4. That's the 4th disadvantage. Now, the 5th disadvantage is, no matter how compelling or effective a bluff is, it has an expiry date. All right? No bluff works permanently. You can't bluff a bluff permanently. At some point or the other, you have to drop that bluff and you have to revert to your normal self, or you have to use that skill and use that power. Okay, so some people think that, oh, because they bluff their way out of this today, then tomorrow they can bluff their way out of the same situation. It does not work like that. So you need to learn how to use bluffing strategically. You need to learn the timing, and then you always have at the back of your mind that the time is going to come when this is not going to work. So I have to find a permanent solution to this problem or to this situation. Those are the 5 disadvantages of using bluffing as a strategy and as a technique. How do you see this video? If this video was helpful at all, please go ahead and click like. Share this video with somebody who needs it. I'm sure there's somebody out there that is feeling cocky and confident and arrogant that they can bluff their way through life. Share this video with them. Let them understand that there are disadvantages to using that technique, that strategy in their encounters. All right, subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay, and hit the notification bell so you know when new videos are coming out. Visit my online store. The address is there at the bottom of the screen, saskiventures.com. I have all the Ifeanyi Ubah books available for you. Just click on the titles you want, add to cart, proceed to checkout, supply your details, make payments, and boom, we deliver to you just like that. My name is Ifeanyi Ubah, and this is 360 Degree Mastery. I'm wishing you a prosperous week ahead. Please continue to observe the safety protocols, and I'll see you next week. Namaste.